Hello, YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is 2 Point Campus Strategy and Tactics Deep Dive. So today, the new DLC, Space Academy, is out, and with it comes 6 new classes: Astrology, Cheesemongery, Humanities, Space Academy, Space Night School, and Cosmic Expansion. So over the next week or so, I will be covering all of these in a mini deep dive strategy and tactics video. We're going to grab Cosmic Expansion, the only 2-year class on the list here, and it's got some good things going for it. First off, when you first start the first level of the DLC, University, you'll notice in that level, the average tuition fees for Cosmic Expansion are really low, and you might think, oh, this is a horrible class that doesn't pay much. That's just because of a level modifier in University. It is not because the class has a poor tuition fee. $7,500 is very respectable for a 2-year class. Comes with only one type of student, the Cosmic Expander. The Cosmic Expander has the same ability as the Spy in that they are able to get you free research topics over time just passively. Unlike the Spy School, however, Cosmic Expansion is a little bit easier to fit into your campus if that's the kind of benefit you're after. So good ability for the Cosmic Expander. Now, as far as the classes go, it is a hard category class, but it is self-contained, and yet it isn't. It's self-contained for the classes themselves. You can run this at a incoming class size of a 16, and all you'll need is 1 rocket lab and 1 lecture theater, and you've got yourself covered. The reason why it isn't exactly self-contained is because of the assignments. The assignments, in order to complete all of the possible assignments, you need a computer lab. And not just a computer lab, you need a bunch of expensive equipment in there. Digital computer, digital console, plotter, photostat, digital server, analog console. All of those will eventually be needed for the various homework assignments given by Cosmic Expansion. So in a way, you really need to pair this with another class that requires the computer room for, well, classes. But you don't need to worry about this taking up class time. All you need is just the equipment somewhere on campus, and your Cosmic Expansion students can get their homework done when the other class isn't doing theirs. This is what I would say, if you're just starting out, a really nice combo would be, especially if you're on a level that has a lot of money restrictions, money wangling into Cosmic Expansion would be fine, because money wangling is going to make you build the computer labs anyway, and it's self-contained. This would allow you to just focus on another self-contained class that utilizes the computer lab that money wangling wanted anyway, and is pretty quick and easy to get set up and gets you free research projects so you can get extra money via research. So it works out quite well that way. The other thing is, while the difficulty of the class is hard, that's not as bad as it might seem for other classes. And that is when we get into the lab itself, which is fantastic for a number of reasons. So the lab that I've got for you here, there's a lot of things going for it. First off, it is an outdoor classroom. That means that your students and your professor will all be marinating in the outdoors buff while they're in class, so everyone's health should stay nice and high. Secondly, you don't need to shell out for building space to contain this classroom. You can just stick it on a lawn somewhere and everyone will be able to use it just fine. Outdoor classes always have an advantage over indoor classes for those reasons. But the advantages don't stop there. So the rocket lab, I call this the Apollo 35 lab. And it is a 4x6 lab built in this orientation. The door is down here in the lower right on one of the narrow sides. And inside there are 3 specific objects. You need at least one of these objects for homework for the Cosmic Expansion students, but you want multiples for a reason. We've got the moon on a stick, which is a 4% learning power, and we've got 3 of those in here. 1, 2, 3. We have the rocket project itself just kind of nestled into the corner. You might need to do some control shifting to get these working up here. We've got 3 no trespassing signs for 2% learning power each. And we've got 3 of the pyrocycles at 6% each. Not to mention, and the reason why we're doing 3 each is because of the previously discovered law of diminishing returns, where you can have 3 copies of the same boosting object, but anything beyond that gets severely nerfed in its effectiveness. So you want to go for 3 when you can. So this utilizes the 3 boosting objects that we have available. Not to mention, the rocket project itself is considered a machine, which means it can be upgraded twice by your mechanics once you've researched the projects for that. So that means we can get a huge bonus from the project itself, plus all of these classroom bonuses. The fact that your professors are going to be putting out tons of XP for your students, even though it's a hard class. So I wouldn't worry about failures and dropouts for this once you get the room properly built. And despite all of these, this isn't that expensive of a room, all said and done, honestly speaking. So it's a really good early game class alongside, say, money wangling to help get your campus up and running. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. Also, in one of the title cards, there's a link to a live stream that I did that shows off the first level of the DLC, University. So if you want to see the game in action there, go ahead and check it out. Till next time, Pinstar out.